All right, we are in starting soon.
Damn. Do you know? Wrath probably didn't. Wrath probably didn't buy those cameras. The camera that I sent to him. This is the camera I sent. I bought two of them. I was like, fuck it.
Oh, nice. Which one did you get?
She was cheap. So it's like a. Oh my god. Fucking. Totally forgot to set it up, so it's right here. It's called the Brio 110, but it's by Logitech.
Oh yeah. I use the Brio.
The Brio 101.
I think so. It's the OG Brio.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was like $25. I was like,
dude, what?
Shit, I'll buy two. Huh?
Dude, what?
Yeah, when I sent it, it was cheap as shit. Yeah, man, it was like $25. I bought two. So I bought one for work too. Because sometimes I want me showing my face at work. And at first I was just like, I just use my old camera for the work camera. Then I was just like, that's cheap as shit. I'm gonna just buy two. So I can have two beast ass cameras. Oh, one of the reasons I bought it is because it has a built-in not screen protector, but like hider. And, to just turn the camera off, I guess.
Oh yeah,
What's it called? So you don't have to put tip over your camera and shit. Those are the reasons I bought. It's easy. Easy day. Yeah. I feel like it's capturing a lot more light too. I'm sitting in darkness, man. I feel like I have a lot of light on me. Cool.
What the hell wild at? Wrath may or may not join us. He was waiting for a delivery for a new mic and headset. Because his dog...
Does he have to sign for it or something?
No, his dog ate his last one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't he just do the show?
Because his dog ate his last mic and headset.
Oh, so he doesn't have anything at all.
Right. What up, Wild? Wild, you there?
Some technical difficulties, maybe.
All right, everything good?
Oh,
Hey, sorry
I'm all
about that.
set.
There he is. He lives.
I'm here.
Yeah, here. All right. As long as everybody's ready, we'll go ahead and get it going.
Indeed.
All set.
Yerp. All right. And here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Griffcast episode 125, the Mature Nerdy Podcast for Immature People, the show where we talk about any and all things nerd, from video games, comic books, movies, computer technology, and or science. I am your host, King Neckbeard Griffmore. Welcome to the show. That's really hard to get out when you're getting over being sick.
Jeez,
Yes.
my man.
I could kind of hear it, man. I was about to say.
Yeah. So those of you wondering, no show last week. My fault. I got sick. I think it was the vid again, but
Damn.
But the stash is looking
yeah, right.
fabulous.
This stash is looking good.
Oh,
How's everybody been? Besides, obviously, the vidster. How's everybody else been doing?
Goddamn
Doing
good.
all right?
Yeah, man. Good. Good. I feel like this year's been kind of dry. I don't know if I can't remember the topics, but we'll talk about it. Ooh.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like most newsworthy things to talk about don't fall within our wheelhouse.
It's a shame.
I'm kind of number 3. Kind of like, I mean, what if you did the second as the first?
What?
So if you look at number 3,
Oh.
what if you did, instead of the second, had just the first one? An interactive one. I can get behind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, since we last talked, I played a lot of Black Myth Wukong,
Yeah.
Star Wars Outlaws, Space Marine 2, which is fucking dope. It's so cool, just chopping shit in half. And I keep telling the guys I'm playing with that the game needs to be bloodier, even though it's already bloody as fuck. It still needs to be bloodier. I need more blood. I need to get like on the fucking screen. You remember like when water graphics was like first coming out? I remember it was like fucking Vice City. It was like Vice City was like one of the first games I remember doing water graphics on the fucking screen. And like you got like water droplets like on the
Oh, yeah.
on the screen. You can kind of see it. They did the same thing with like when you like would chainsaw people in half. But I need that shit to come back. I need that shit to come back and get like all over the fucking screen, just blood as you're fucking taking the chainsaw against the fucking bugs. Yeah, I wanted to say Tyranids. It is Tyranids, right? Yeah, that's cool. I'm not
Made me think of like Gears of War, Doom.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like why, like, one of the reasons like I bought the game too. I was like, this reminds me a lot of Gears of War. It definitely doesn't. It's not like Gears of War, but it's especially when you're chainsawing shit in half.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a lot different, and you know, it's fun. Oh, but dude, it's getting hard. I'm not far through the campaign. I've only done like the first mission of the campaign. As soon as I unlocked operations, that's all like I've been doing. And I like switch up my classes, so I've been playing with just about all the classes, so they're all like on the even playing field, and starting to get to like I guess the higher difficulties of the operations. So like there's minimum, average, and then just 2 other higher tiers I just don't even look at. I don't even look at them because I've played on the average, and it's like. And we're just
wow,
like,
I think we have a future leader with us.
we got it, and we're just getting fucking swarmed. We're like, fuck.
Hey, Wild, I think
can't
we
imagine
got another
Darnold.
future looter player with us here. Talking about class hopping, jumping into harder difficulties.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not about loot. You don't capture loot. I mean, I guess there's like rewards to get and shit, but it's not like fucking looting for weapons and stuff and rank it up. But I mean, yeah, using the different classes. I mean, they all play like slightly different. I'm trying to master them equally. I like to spread around the love. I don't want to focus on just one class at a time. So I've just been playing with all of them. But man, like, we were just like, hey, let's just up the difficulty, from minimum to average to see how that is. It shouldn't be that bad. We're close at the recommended level. The recommended level is like level 5, and like, we have one guy that's like level 9, one guy that's level 11. And I'm like, I'm level 4. I just want the XP so I can rank up just this class a little bit more. And we just step in there. We're just like, oh. I mean, like, they are just like jumping all over you. And sometimes you think it would be like the big, like the Marines and the Warriors that are like, the people that like take a lot more hits that would get to you. No, man, it's all like the little fucking tiny ones that are just like taking turns jumping at you and just getting you every time.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck.
Little fun fact. StarCraft was originally supposed to be a Warhammer game, but the licensing fell through, so they repurposed it to that. So the Tyranids that you're fighting are the Zerg from StarCraft.
Dope. Yeah, I'm learning a little bit more about the 4000 universe. I don't know anything before. I just saw a very bloody, action-packed third-person hack and slash shooter game. I was like, yep, dibs, yep, buy, purchase. He's got a chainsword. Yep, purchase. People, the guys I'm playing with, like, have been like in love with 40,000 for years. I played the tabletop game and stuff like that, and I'm just like, oh, you're just like me when I first saw like the first poster, and I was like, does he have a chainsword? Yes, buy all the figurines and start painting them and do all that. Yes, right now, please, thank you. And I'm like, that probably would have got me too, man.
Yep. Yeah, I hopped onto the PTR for Diablo 4 season 5, season 6. Hopped into that. It's because we're a month away from the expansion. It's like a month tomorrow. So they went ahead and dropped the PTR. Holy shit, is it a whole new game?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, wow. The changes from like season 3 to season 4 are just a drop in the bucket from 5 to 6. It is insane the amount of changes coming. Like, monsters no longer have levels. The whole game scales to you.
Oh.
So like they are completely overhauling the entire thing. It is crazy. Every class has new skills. Every class has new passives. Completely overhauling the entire Paragon system. The new level cap is 60, not 100 anymore. Getting 10 more skill points to spend and 75 more Paragon points to spend.
Hey.
Like, it's...
So we can spread the wealth.
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of stuff coming. So I'm looking forward to that. Re-upped my subscription to WoW just to try it since I haven't played in like 4 years. It's when you get nerve damage and then you don't play a game for 4 years, you realize how bad you are at something all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, see, I was just like, wait a minute, is that what I see? Is that what I think it is?
Yeah. Decided to hop in, give it a shot. Man, I am bad at that game now. I used to like push for like, top deeps and all that. Now I'm just happy if I can push my buttons right. But yeah, let's jump into this. So apparently Gamestop has announced that they're going to start selling retro games. It's only going to be select stores across the country.
Retrograms?
Retro games. Sorry. I stuffy. I can't say things properly.
I'm just messing with you, bud.
Yeah. But it's only select stores across the country. I guess the ones that are big enough. And the question is going to be, it's like, they'll hire anybody who just walks in off the street. So how are they going to train people to identify fakes and shit like that?
That is a dirty lie. I applied to Gamestop several times when I was younger. It's probably part of my saltiness. And they always rejected me. And I was like, yeah, fine.
Have you
I don't
tried
care.
applying during a recession?
Yes. No. I don't know. It's fucking fine.
Between
I don't know, man. This is like 2 decades ago, man. This is like, yeah, back when I was a kid.
yes, between like 08 and 12, and then like 2020 and now.
I think I did. I think I applied in like 08 and 09.
Yeah. How old were you?
Oh. Hey, man, you never ask a lady their age. All right. I was like 18, 19. Yeah.
Damn, making me feel old then. I think it was like 25 and 08, something like that. No,
Ugh, gross.
23? I don't know. I'm not doing that kind of math right now. I don't know. I'm kind of curious on the... They're not going to do anything older than NES. They're not going to do any Atari or ColecoVision or anything like that. It's just going to be regular Nintendo on up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about like things all the way up to like 360 and PS3 for retro.
They're making me feel old as fuck. Damn. It's kind of like retro.
When did it become retro? What?
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask what they defined as retro, by today's standards, and I guess that makes sense considering.
Yeah. Because what was it like?
Yeah.
I saw a video
That
where
was
someone
like
was talking
15
about
years
like
ago.
Yeah, I saw a video where I guess someone walked into like a GameStop or a similar store and they were like, "Oh, let me get this, copy of GTA Vice City," and they're like, "Oh yeah, go with retro, way back, huh?" And it's like, you talk about this came out like not that long ago. Like it's like 21 years old, man.
Jeez, don't say that. You don't say that out loud.
He's like, hey, if you do the math, like when that's one that really fucking hurt. He's like, yeah, if you do the math from like when Grand Theft Auto Vice City takes place to when it came out, if it came out today, it would take place in like 2003. I was just,
Yeah. I think the last GTA I played was San Andreas. So just
Wait
the
a
one
moment.
after Vice City.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Everyone says that Grand Theft Auto 4 is like one of the GOATs, but I hated Grand Theft Auto 4, so I feel like you didn't miss much. And then I feel
The
like
driving
Grand Theft Auto
sucks.
5, yeah. And I think Grand Theft Auto 5, I mean, it's still GOAT status. So I feel like sometimes it's overplayed, it's overhyped, or oversold.
I think they all have fun stories to play through, but each one's kind of got like its own thing. But I mean, the most recent one, 5, is I think just kind of hands down the better one as far as like controls and just physics, obviously graphics, stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not sure if the next game is going to look too much better, but I'm sure it'll be better in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I don't know. In some ways, I just feel like, you can't beat fucking Vice City, San Andreas, even 3, man. Those are just good games. They're just fun. Kind of like, I don't know, do I feel like Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 are like, even though they're very unrealistic, do they come too realistic for what they were trying to pull off?
No, if they would have went more towards like what was that game?
Saints Row.
Saints Row, then yes, it would have been. But I think the Grand Theft Auto line was always meant to be more realistic.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Since you said that, you mentioned that game franchise, I was like, oh, I am glad that route.
Grand Theft Auto in particular, I feel like it is more realistic than most other things, but I feel like it's also meant to be like just a parody of real life. Especially American life in particular.
It's like they got like a lot of the South Park writers that come in and do their content.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Honestly, I love listening to the talk radio stations. It's some of the best.
Yeah. Some of it was, I mean, also like it shows you like how young I was when I was playing those games. I like had no idea what they were talking about.
Right.
Just like those radio stations used to be fucking wild.
All right,
oh
so,
man, great music too. Sorry, continue. Go ahead.
we'll come back to Grand Theft Auto here in a little bit. All right, so something I wanted to talk about, and it's going to be a little controversial, is the cost to make and sell video games right now. So we have now had 3 developers come out and say that $70 is too cheap to sell a video game for.
Dude, that's so wild. That's so wild.
70 is too cheap?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. People were saying 70 too cheap, and like, I know you said we'd come back to GTA 6. People were hearing that GTA 6 itself is going to cost like just the base edition is going to be like $120.
Yeah.
So I think another argument that could be made is that I think a lot of these companies are putting way too much into their games, and they're not really given enough back to us as players to justify the costs of what they're putting into it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I will allow that. That's a very good statement. I think they're trying to put too much in the games. They're trying to make them too big, too huge. Everyone's trying to outdo each other with it when it comes to scale, graphics, fidelity. You know, I was gonna say story, but then some of them are definitely cheaping out on the fucking story, man.
Yeah.
The voice talents that they get in the game, so on and so forth, like what engines they use. So they're having such huge production cycles, and when you have more production, you have these huge productions, you have a long production, you have more developers, employees, especially when they're all, asking to make more so they can have a livable wage. Yeah, that really drives up the value of the production, really drives up the budget.
How about this?
Just trying to
Would
find
you
a
be
means
willing
to
to
justify
pay
that.
more for more?
I think games need to get smaller, man. So like, if I'm coming back to the,
all right, yeah. Oh no, I'll let you finish.
yeah, if I'm coming back to the scale thing, like a couple like other games in the past, they've been like comparing map sizes. I remember seeing videos of like people comparing map sizes like different worlds, and now they're just getting these maps are getting so fucking huge. It takes you fucking hundreds of hours just to explore them all without doing any of the content. I'm just like, these games don't need to be this fucking big. I don't need to buy a video game that I'm going to spend my entire year on. I understand that some people do it, but
So to reference what, or to comment on what Griff just said, I would be willing to pay more if the content that they're going to provide is actually meaningful and is not just content for the sake of content. Like if they actually put some thought into it. Then I would be willing to pay money for that. But if it's really just like a money grab and they're just trying to just make something really quick just for the sake of just, getting my money, then, it's become super obvious nowadays that that's the model for certain companies, especially the big companies. And yeah, I don't know. It's I'm definitely willing to pay more for a quality product, but only if it's a quality product, obviously.
Fair.
That's a fair statement.
Like, I feel that 70 is too much for a game that has an 8-hour or less campaign, but something like, say, Baldur's Gate 3 that has over 300 hours of voice dialogue, I feel I would pay a little bit more for something like that. But also, I do enjoy games that I could sit there and spend hundreds of hours on.
Yeah, well, I think it also depends on the kind of game that we're talking about. Like different games, I think would fall under different categories of what their kind of pricing model might be and stuff like that. If we're talking about an online game that's constantly growing, like WoW or like an online shooter or Diablo or something like that. I think that's a little different. But if we're talking single player games, stuff like that, I think it should be judged a little differently. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, single player games that are kind of like one and dones, even if they have the value of replayability.
Yeah.
New Game Plus, or even still playing through it differently. I mean, sure, could be on the cheaper end, but like games that require like a larger development cycle. I don't know, because I mean, it feels like some of those games that you described like that are the ones that are free to play. The ones that have like a longer development cycle, not development cycle, but a longer, I guess, lifespan and continuous development. Or continuous content. Those are the ones that are moving to the free model, the free to play model. As you just continue to pay for the content, you can pay for the, that is taboo the word is microtransactions of, additional, weapon skins, traditional weapons, not necessarily play to win, but, visual content.
Right.
Yeah, I could take that one two different ways. Free to play with microtransaction is a solid marketing and profit machine. Like Fortnite, isn't one of the new Call of Duties isn't going to be free to play?
They would not be that crazy.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
about
typically all of them aren't free to play.
They wouldn't be that crazy.
They only do that for the Warzone.
Yeah, I was gonna say they only do that for the Warzone, but for the actual campaign multiplayer, you got to pay for that.
Okay. So like Path of Exile 2, that'll be free to play with microtransactions. Gosh, what other successful title does that? Warframe. Overwatch 2, Warframe.
Yeah, Overwatch.
Overwatch 2 was not originally free to play. Oh, wait. Sorry,
Overwatch is not.
Overwatch is not.
Overwatch 2
is. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Foam Stars is moving to free to play.
oh, I completely forgot that game existed. I don't know. Just I feel 70 to 80 is a solid area for the standard size game. But if you're going to give me 8 hours of a campaign, I'm going to feel ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to give me,
especially if it's just a single player campaign.
yeah, like say Final Fantasy 16 was a solid, 45, 50 hours?
Okay.
And good storytelling, no microtransactions. I mean, they did come out with the DLC later on, or two of them, but.
I'll give you an example. Fucking, even though it was a big game, great game, Senua Hellblade, or Senua's, 2, whatever. Hey man, a short campaign, 8 hours, 8 to 6 hours, yeah. But very, I don't know the price of it though. I'm trying to look that up right now.
Or
short
say
campaign.
Like Ghost of Tsushima, I would gladly pay $90 for that game again.
Oh yeah, it's only $50. So Senua's Hellblade, I'll allow that. Yeah, it's $50 for, quick one and done. Yeah. It says, for completionists, main story 7 hours, do everything about 9 hours. I'll allow that. That's fine. I guess that's close. And some replayability there. So as you replay it, they had different narrative options, depending on what you unlocked. You can get the story, the same gameplay, the same, I guess cutscenes you're doing, just a different narrator from their different point of view, if that makes sense. I was working my way through that, and then I got distracted by other things. I've started to value games price points on how many hours I can put into it. That makes sense.
Which is kind of what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
I don't necessarily know if that falls underneath production value. Because the cost to make a AAA game these days is usually as much as a blockbuster movie.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes more.
The upper end, because I remember it was a huge thing when they were announcing how much The Last of Us 2 cost to produce. I think they were saying it was close to $200 million.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn, or Horizon Forbidden West was close to the same, close to $200 million, and people were making a big stink about it. And I was just like, that might be what it is nowadays, man. But.
Yeah, but I can appreciate if a company has a certain vision in mind and they know that they can get that quality. And I I'm not saying that they necessarily needed to spend that much money to make that game. I'm sure that there's ways they probably could have done that cheaper, but I don't know. I mean, maybe sometimes it can be justified, but I think it's also just these companies just wanting a bigger budget, or, you know, just like these movie companies, they just want the biggest budget they can possibly get so that they can disperse it amongst, you know, whatever's left. I mean, that's kind of how it works, right?
Yeah, I can see that. And also, what is it? 30% of budget goes to marketing? Or is it? No, that's movies.
Well, I don't know the exact numbers, but I know it's something like that, yeah.
Like, so if you cut down on your marketing cost a bit, which, I mean, is not so hard to do if you apply yourself to social media properly these days. I
feel like with the technology that we have now, I feel like certain things shouldn't cost as much as they do. But then again, I mean, maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about.
You're not wrong. But also in today's market, it costs me $50 to go get stuff for peanut butter and jelly. So,
well, that, I mean, yeah, it's a constantly changing world that we're living in right now. So yes.
So now, if you want to touch that topic, has, you know, the value of the dollar changes, whether it's, you know, inflation, world value, or just, you know, the cost of providing the service increases because those people now need a livable wage. The value of the product, the cost of the product is going to go up.
Yep.
So,
but another thing that I would argue is that, with that being said, I think these people who are at the top making as much as they're making don't need to make as much as they're making.
Be careful, bud. You might not wake up tomorrow. You gotta be careful for shit like that.
Solips is of sound mind and of sound body. I am not feeling suicidal.
No, for real though. I mean, it's just a fact. I mean, it's not even a secret right now that all the big companies, not even game corporations, are making record high profits across the board. Like, every single company is making more money than they've ever made before, which means these people at the top are also making more money than has ever been made before. It's the same with these gaming companies too. And I really think to myself, no, these things need to be managed better. That's the real issue. These people just want to buy whatever they want to buy, and they're not paying their employees enough. Instead, they just want to cut, like, you know, 100, 200 employees and say, you know what, let's just save money like that instead. And then just devastate these people's lives.
Yeah.
Like, while I am very pro-capitalist, if the CEO of a company is buying yachts and the guy at the bottom rung and the janitor can't afford to put food on his table, there is a major problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you can afford to buy all that stuff and live that lifestyle without, like, jeopardizing other people's lives, hey, man, good on you. Do whatever. But don't ruin other people's lives in the process just because you want a better life than what you already got. These people are already living too good.
Yeah, man. Greed goes a long way, man. People always just want more money. No one's ever getting comfortable, you know, having a comfortable lifestyle. I mean, it's nice, but, like, oh, man, Jones down the street, they just got a big ass yacht. No, I gotta get a big ass yacht, man. So it's like, I'm thinking about, like, fucking who is it? The guy that runs Arizona Iced Tea? Is it Arizona Iced Tea? The 99 cents tea?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
he's happy to win, man.
He's happy to 99 cents forever.
Yep. So was it the Costco hot dog?
Yeah, the Costco hot dog. Oh, what did he say? He said some gangster shit about that. He's like, you better not change the price of that goddamn hot dog. And the Arizona iced tea is the same way, and his son's completely understanding. I'm like, yeah, we ain't changing that shit. We ain't changing that shit. Even after he goes, he could be gone for 100 years. I ain't changing the shit out of that price. I ain't doing that. I'm gonna get fucked up in hell.
But you know what that says right there? It says that they're doing so well from it, they don't need to.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
I think that's what they said when they interviewed the guy at Arizona. He's like, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. I don't need the biggest yacht. I don't need to do all this shit. I'm doing just fine. And I mean, there's some people out there that are like that, you know.
The greed is
comfortable.
It does.
But these other companies, these big companies should take note of stuff like that, though. I mean, I know they're not going to, but I'm just saying, like, if you actually like take care of your employees, I don't know, they might take care of you. It's just, you know, it's a crazy concept.
I mean, you know, you take care of employees. They might go the extra mile. Oh, they might actually go above and beyond. It's weird how that works out.
It's crazy.
They used to.
All right, so this one kind of sticks to me a little bit here. Video games as a primary source of entertainment. It already is for me. And what brought this up for a topic was when I was thinking about the cost to create a video game is equivalent to that of a blockbuster movie. And I get tens to hundreds of hours of entertainment out of a video game. I would rather buy a video game a month than pay for streaming services.
Yeah, I could kind of agree with that. I wouldn't necessarily want just one or the other, but
So
I'll let you go.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. Since you said, I was going to agree with you until you said streaming service. If you would have said I would rather buy a video game a month than to pay to go to the movies to see a movie, I probably would have agreed with that. I'll pay $60 or $70 to play a video game that I can get, 40, 50, 60 hours out of. Like I said, like going back to what we were saying earlier, like I evaluate how much I spend on a video game and I equivalent to how many hours. So like if I get like $1 an hour out of that game, I'm pretty happy, you know. But if I play, pay $70, I only get 8 hours of that out of that game. I'm not doing that math. Fuck it. That's not cool, right? But about $1 an hour, I'll agree with that. All right. And now coming back to that, you're doing that same thing, but you're talking about like going to the movies. That's $20 a ticket right now. Fucking crazy, dude. Yeah. Even matinees on Tuesdays around me are like fucking $15. That's stupid shit.
And then drinks, popcorn.
Yeah.
And then the person you're dragging along with you because you didn't want to go by yourself.
So you're talking about like $20 just for one person to go in for 2 hours. It's $10 an hour, right? If that, Sometimes you might get more, I guess, depending on how long the movie is. But then you can't go pee, so now your bladder's suffering. Now you might get fucking, I don't know, what is it, cancer of the balls or some shit. Because you had to sit there and you're like, I paid for it, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch it. All right.
I'm anti.
So that'll get
stream, bro.
So I started thinking about it. I do have a lot of streaming services, but I also don't think I've paid too much for streaming services. Most streaming services will average at, I guess, $9, right? $9 a month. I'll average that.
No.
I'll do that. I have like Paramount Plus and Peacock. Both of those are like $5 a month. Actually, I don't even pay for my Peacock because I get it through my cable service. But like Paramount Plus, I think it's like $5 a month.
Let's see what Netflix is 17 now.
If you have the top tier package, you can have the fucking the low package. I mean, I'm not saying go for the ad supported. That's
Amazon is what 15.
What is
Amazon?
I don't know. I pay the yearly price. I wish more companies would do the fucking yearly price. Because I'd rather pay the yearly price. I think they're close. They're close to $10 or $12 a month, right?
HBO Max, I think it's like 18.
Oh, I don't think HBO Max is that. I think Max is like 12. It's like 12 or 15.
All right.
See, this is why.
Yeah, sure. It's a lot, and it does add up. And it all adds up. If you have everything.
Like, hey, no, let me slip you down the login real quick on that low.
But if you think about like how much kind of content like that on it, right? And I started thinking about it like if you have a couple of the major streaming services, if you had fucking Netflix, you had Hulu, what's another one that I wanted to say? If you had Prime, and then I'll just say another one, fucking HBO, just to average it out for four streaming services for 4 weeks out of the month. If that's all if you just watch one of those services for just 1 week, you know, your content, like whatever, 2 hours a night, 3 hours a night, you know, as you're going through your shows, you got a movie here or there, you got some background noise, that shit easily pays for itself. And all you gotta do is watch it for a week.
You're not wrong. It's just, I cannot find anything worth watching recently.
That's because recently I don't think they're making anything good.
Like the only time, like I was sick all last weekend, and I just laid on the couch trying to find something to watch. I would turn something on just so I can go to sleep.
Crunchyroll. I forgot Crunchyroll. Gotta get the anime in there too. Here we go.
Crunchyroll, High Dive.
The fuck is High Dive?
Better selection of un-Americanized anime.
Bold statement. Americanized anime? You mean like it's dubbed or it's American anime?
I mean, it's...
Which is an oxymoron.
It's not Crunchyroll censored for Americans.
How about that?
Because there's a lot of shows on Crunchyroll that didn't used to be overly censored, and now they are.
Mm-hmm.
From language to boobies to...
Nice.
But there's a couple of services that don't over censor. They're just hard to find. And I think High Dive is like $40 for the year.
For the year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, their selection obviously isn't as broad. Like, they don't have the majority of like the shonen stuff.
All right, now I'm done. Don't even talk to me anymore. We're over.
Look, you did that. He's like, nope.
This conversation is completed.
Right.
I'm kidding. Go ahead. You can keep going.
But yeah. But like, outside of like a couple of animes, like, it's just, I cannot find anything that's worth watching. I just can't.
You're not fair. I think I'm in that boat too. You have to like come back to like old shows, but like, do you really want to watch old shows again?
It's like, how many times can I watch Criminal Minds? You know, or how many times can I restart Supernatural?
Yo, Supernatural's a goated show.
I always stop at like season 10, and then I have to rewatch because I forgot everything.
You forgot what you just already watched?
Well, no, because I'll wait like 2 years and go back to it.
Oh yeah. I luckily got started with Supernatural like late in the game. I think they were like still working on like season like 12 or 13 when I started.
Oh, okay. Damn.
So
you had plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for anime. It's like one of the number one animes I think is boring as hell. And I can't do it.
Oh, you're not even gonna say it?
Oh, shit. I can't remember the name of it now off the top of my head. Netflix just did a live action remake of it.
Yeah, is it One Piece?
One Piece, that's it.
Yeah, that's what you were gonna say.
I tried giving One Piece so much, dude, but like everyone's like, you gotta wait till after this arc. I'm like, well, what episode is that arc? Oh, like 500.
That's true. I mean, like, that's kind of like where I am.
I'm not waiting 500 episodes for a show to get good.
I'm still on Sky Island, and I'm just like, this is.
Watch that new Terminator anime?
No, I haven't.
I heard it was good.
I heard it was good. I haven't watched it yet. I'm thinking about checking it out.
Where did it come out
am
on?
kind of disappointed that I already found Kaiju
It's on
number 8.
Netflix.
Kaiju number 8, I'm like hooked on, and I'm sitting here like waiting for the next episode. Like I needed to find that like 10 years from now.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those. I think Kaiju number 8 is going to be one of those like great animes of all time.
I need Demon Slayer to put out more episodes and a lot faster.
Yeah, I think the big 3 right now, or the new big 3, because the old big 3 is obviously Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, and the new big 3 is Kaiju number 8, Demon Slayer, and Jujutsu Kaisen.
I gotta go watch Jujutsu.
Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen.
So good.
I love it.
JJK. I'm just gonna say JJK.
I love
I
it.
go back and rewatch it. I got to like episode 12, and I just for some reason I wasn't feeling it, man. I think I was like, because I had just got done watching Chainsaw Man, and I think they started blending together in content, so I couldn't really tell them apart. So
Then Demon Slayer, the new arc.
The new arc was cool. I like the new arc. I like them because they were training. It shows them training. So it's going a little bit. See, this is one thing that I love about animes. Animes, they don't have any problem going to people's backstories. They don't have a problem going to anybody's backstories. That's fucking what I loved about My Hero Academia. One of the best characters is fucking Twice. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, but they go deep into his fucking backstory. He has one of the greatest backstories. I think he's one of the best characters. He was one of the coolest fucking people. Someone that you get like, even though he was a villain, like you kind of like just like you felt bad for him. You connected with him. It was deep, man. It was some deep shit.
And they gave him the anime treatment of, there's a reason we're giving you the backstory.
And I think a lot of shows do that.
Rathbon's in the chat going, I didn't know you guys watch cartoons.
Yeah, and that's one thing I liked about Naruto too, man. And Shippuden, like people are always knocking that shit, like, oh, so many filler episodes, man. Like sometimes I love the filler episodes. It's good, man. Going into people's backstories, you know, building that connection with them. That's just good, man.
So Demon Slayer did not mind the filler episodes. Demon Slayer and then My Hero Academia did not mind the filler work, and it's because it gave a lot of background, and I understood that.
I wouldn't say they even have like crazy filler episodes, kind of like how like Naruto did, because the Naruto would kind of like be like in the middle of an arc, and then they do like an entire season of some shit that like took place like 3 years ago.
Kids?
Oh my goodness!
And I was like, no, like, but so sometimes like I wouldn't mind it because like sometimes like if you got through it, like it would give you little information about like some of the people, and like. And sometimes you like almost couldn't tell because there was times where they went into god damn it, what was his fucking name?
SpongeBob is my jam.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, like the first couple of seasons of SpongeBob are freaking amazing.
Like back when they went into like other squads, like the original Squad 7, and then fucking I can't remember the two guys' names. You know, the guy with the white hair had the headband over his eye. And they went into his squad for a long time, deep in his squad. People thought that was like going to be like a filler episode.
Oh, I know. You talking about in Naruto?
Yeah. God,
Kakashi.
Yeah, Kakashi Sensei.
Yeah, Kakashi.
Yeah, I mean that's good. I mean, it gave you great background into the actual villain of the entire series.
Yeah,
I love that shit. Coming back to Demon Slayer. I like the new season. It was pretty cool, and it definitely gave you a lot of background of it, like of all the fucking can't say it now, Hashira. But yeah, the final episode was fucking dope. That definitely gets you amped for like the next season, and I'm pissed that I've seen it because now it's going to be a long wait to that next season. It's going to be a long fucking wait, and I don't even know how I'm going to be able to do it. I don't even know, like as soon as they announce like episode 1 of the next season's up, I don't know how I'm gonna like not watch it because I want them to stack so I can watch them all at one time.
Bro, that's the way to do it. And sometimes it is so hard because you're just like, nah, I can't do it. I gotta let it stack.
I'm waiting for My Hero to finish, and then I'm gonna rewatch the whole thing in one sitting.
Yeah, I've done that with My Hero a few times.
Oh my goodness, what was that one with Gon?
Wrath, if you're interested, I know a couple that you would love.
What was that one?
Just talking about animes in general.
There was one, and the main character's name was gone.
Sorry, we have like 3 different conversations going. I'm like trying to keep it up with Wrath gone over in the chat.
Oh, hold on a minute. I gotta search this up.
Gong? Are you talking about his name was Gong? Describe the series a little bit more for me.
I'd rather pour salt in my eyes.
Oh.
Tell me.
What are we talking about?
I feel like I know which one he's gonna say, and I'm trying to find. I can't remember the name of it right now. Too. It's one of my favorite.
Hunter x Hunter. Yep. That's what it was. I really wish that they actually like continued on with that. Like afterwards, I really wish that they did.
I think like when they wrapped it up, I saw like they were wrapping it up and they were ending it early. I was like, y'all might have needed to do this one. It was an okay series. It was okay and it was cool. It was very entertaining, but like after a while, I was just like,
it's like you can't show the massive amount of power that this guy has, and then not at least put him in a scenario where he can utilize it.
Hey, Wrath, you're lying. You used to watch Dragon Ball Z religiously.
that counts. I'll allow it. Talking about the big 3 back in the day. Big 3 back in the day. You had Dragon Ball Z, you had Yu Yu Hakusho, and you had Rurouni Kenshin. Boom. Big 3. Dude, that's built my anime career.
Dude, I used to, when I was younger, I used to love, that's only one. I used to love Rurouni Kenshin, or Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
I tried rewatching it. Man, it did not age well.
Yu Yu Hakusho did not age well?
It did not.
I think they did have one time where they had like a trans fighter when he like first entered the castle. And he did not. Yeah, that was not. I think I can see that not being very well received nowadays. Because he was like, because I think he grabs her like he thinks it's a she. And he like is like getting ready to toss her and just like grabs like by the crotch. And it's just like whoa. Anyway, moving on. Yo, it was an anime that I used to watch back in the day that went hard as fuck. Hamtaro.
Why do I know that?
Oh, y'all remember Hamtaro? Dude, I used to watch the shit out of Hamtaro. That was a fucking dope ass.
I'm not familiar.
I can barely remember it, but like, yeah, it was like about like a little hamster and his friends. His name was Hamtaro.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. No, I think one of the greatest animes of all time that doesn't get any recognition is It Okay to Pick Up Chicks in a Dungeon?
I remember watching a couple of...
That was the name of the show?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's okay to pick up chicks in the dungeon.
Or is it okay to pick up girls in a dungeon? Yeah.
I remember watching that, and I was like... I remember seeing like a preview on something. I'm like, is that really the name? And I searched it up. I'm like, oh, crap, that is. And I watched a couple episodes. I'm like, oh, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, that show ends up going pretty crazy. And then there's some crazy ones. Like, now I think there's just a contest to see who can come up with the longest name for animes. Like, I've seen one that, like, it's like the title is a paragraph long.
Dragon Ball Z was doing that shit with their episode names. I remember I was watching especially like Dragon Ball Super. I was watching it and it was like a fucking paragraph for like the title, the episode name. I was like, God damn.
But all right. So we have GTA 6 is rumored to be delayed.
Oh, dude, I just realized we didn't even really talk about video games being a primary source of the entertainment. We
went on like a 30-minute tangent about anime. So we're going to kind of
that just lets you know that we're in enthusiastic about the genre.
Well, I think it's also the only thing that's worth talking about when it comes to non-video game entertainment.
So I guess going back to that, I don't know if I would like video games as my primary source of entertainment because you're still active. You're talking about, like, I guess, visual entertainment, like, digital entertainment.
Yeah.
It's still like I still have to do something. I have to do a process. I mean, I play a shit ton of video games, too, don't get me wrong. But there are times where, like, you want to just sit back and do nothing. And just watch the movie and just have the movie.
But as like for me though, like I prefer the interaction. I prefer the thinking things out. I prefer the challenging and the puzzles, and I think that's why I like looters like Diablo, because I can sit there and meticulously break down each and every little aspect of it to min-max. I can sit there for 3-4 hours just thinking about a build, attempting to apply it, tweak it, attempt to apply it, tweak it, attempt to apply it, tweak it. I could do that for hours on end. And I would rather do that than watch 90% of modern television.
I'm still working on trying to do what he does. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get you. I definitely like playing video games, going through the puzzles, thinking through things, grasping the story, understanding the story, thinking through the plot, the mystery of the plot, I guess, and so forth. But there are times where, like, I can't play a video game while I'm eating dinner. I can't play a video game like while I'm trying to do other things.
Not successfully.
Yeah, or if I just truly want to disconnect and just
Yeah, usually when I do that, I'm going to sleep.
Well, that's a source of entertainment right there, man. Taking a nap.
I hate sleeping so much. If there's one thing I wish I could give up, it's sleeping.
Okay, you give up sleeping?
Yeah, it feels like such a waste of time. I never feel good waking up knowing that I could have been doing something else.
I never feel good doing something else knowing that I could have been sleeping.
I mean, that's a fair assessment as well. But yeah, so GTA 6 is rumored to be delayed again. So right now, this is from internal sources. It has not been confirmed. But I have a couple of theories about this. If it ends up getting delayed, I'm wondering if they're going to be rewriting a lot of the story to get away from all the Sweet Baby drama.
Was Sweet Baby involved with their...
Yes.
Oh, they probably are. Oh, that does make sense. Okay, so when you throw that out there, that probably does make sense. Yeah, I was the one that posted that, the delay or whatever, and it just only really came from one person, but one person said that they came from multiple sources. But I mean, I'm still trying to to determine the validity of that one source.
Yeah, like I said, it's a rumor.
Yeah.
It's a rumor, nothing set in stone. As of right now, the release date is still third quarter of 2025. So,
order. It's like right now.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, we'll see when we get there. And then, speaking of Sweet Baby, we haven't talked about Concord on the show yet. It's kind of old news at this point.
It wasn't long enough. We took a week off. We took a week off.
It's like...
Well, it died before we could get a chance.
Right?
I think the only time we did talk about it is we watched a showcase, or maybe it was the Game Awards where they announced it. And all of us just saw it and we're like, oh, Lunar Shooter, that looks exactly like Overwatch. And it looks terrible, though.
The last episode we did was we watched the trailer for
Like, this looks dumb. I was like, I watched it. I was just like, well, I don't like hero shooters to begin with. But I watched it. I was just like, man, even if I did like hero shooters, I'm not doing that. I wasn't gonna touch that.
I was like, at first, I was like, oh, this game looks dope, and then it's like, oh, it's a hero shooter. Never mind. And then none of the characters that you see that are in the game were in the trailer.
Well, none of the characters even look that good, honestly.
No, they didn't.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, you had like the space pirate guy in the beginning, and like that was cool, but then it just went and did its own thing. And one thing I will say about that Concord has done is proven that people prefer something to be aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be, you know, I want to jerk off to it aesthetically pleasing, but it does.
Whoa.
It does have to be aesthetically pleasing. Speaking of which, I need to pick up Stellar Blade.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's a good game, man. It's a good game. We're coming in like to call, you know, the terms of the game boss rush. It's a good, you know, I guess boss rush Souls like ish game. It's a good game. Hey man, I understand it. I get it. You know, I definitely get it. You know, having something pretty to look at.
And that's the thing. It doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be aesthetic. And it needs to have an aesthetic that's not horrendous to your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have nothing against playing games where, you know, I'm playing Kratos who walks around half naked, but he's, you know, ripped. And it's like that I find to be more entertaining than to play a character that looks like they're in a dog training suit.
All I heard is that you like watching Kratos walk around half naked and ripped.
I mean, I'm not going to deny it, you know?
I think they did focus a little bit too much detail on his actual nipples. I think you can see like see freckles on them and stuff.
I mean, you could cut glass.
Birthmarks on the nipples.
I mean, each their own. They're each their own. But anyway, thank y'all for coming and watching.